11 game losing streak on ladder.
That's why you never play 11 games in a single day.
I guess. I just kept being like, I'm gonna win one, and then I'll go do other stuff. I'm gonna win one. I'll do other stuff. I know it's been 7, but there's no way I can lose many more, right?
Technically, you could lose every game in a row.
But I mean, that's not how MMR works. I shouldn't lose every game on ladder.
I mean, that's not how probability works either. But,
Whoa, you roboted hard there. Say that whole thing again.
I said that's not really how probability is supposed to work either, but...
Is there probability involved? I think there's too much skill for it just to be like, flip a coin.
Well, no, but... Like, what's the probability that you win a game, right? In 1,000 games? There's bound to be at least one, right? But you could lose all of them.
Well, no, but the concept of MMR is that you should win about half your games and lose about half your games. If you win more than half, you move up. If you win less than half, you move down.
Okay,
right?
well, you lost 11, but I bet previously or in
Yes.
the future you will win more. So you'll still stay balanced.
More than an 11 in a row?
No, in a row doesn't matter. If you want to use MMR, the
Oh.
in a row doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If I keep doing this, then I get knocked down to Diamond 1 or Diamond 3 again from Diamond 2, where I got promoted to last week. If I keep losing from there, I go down to Platinum and so forth, so on and so forth. Right?
If you go down to Platinum, you'll be where I am now, because I got promoted at 2 o'clock this morning.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah, sold.
Is that your first time being Platinum?
Yes, but I've always considered myself a Platinum player in my heart, because when I was in Gold, they would throw me in Platinum tournaments and I would win. So.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, then for sure. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep. But that was when I was Terran as well, so, you know.
Right.
Switching.
I mean, all of several, 2 months ago.
Like, a year ago.
You haven't played Terran for a year?
No, probably 6 months.
Okay, months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's just,
It's rough.
yeah, it's rough. In 6 of those games, my opponents had MMRs over, or APMs over 200, which
Could
I don't
could
know.
be spam.
I don't cast players in Diamond 2 that have over 200 APM very often. I mean, throughout a 20-minute game, right?
Okay. How many of them were 20-minute games? Just curiosity. All of them? Because that's a lot of time to spend playing.
No. How many? 5?
5. Okay. That's
About half of them I tried a Baneling Bust or a 2-base Nidus or something and it didn't work. And then half of them I went for macro and it didn't work. So I was out of ideas, man. I don't know. It's everybody says how overpowered Nidus is. And I'm like, well, it should be pretty good at the diamond level, right? But everybody spots them. Right. I'm like, Nidus here. And they have exactly the right units there to knock them down as soon as they come up. And I'm like, what the crap? Who are these people?
The patch went through a week ago. Nidus aren't as good now.
Well, it's still decent. They don't suck, right?
Well, no, but they're not as good as they were a week ago. That's my point.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
All right.
So, okay, I mean, so we stop worrying about it? Is that what's going on? People have stopped complaining?
I don't know. Either that or people, or lots of people went in with the same mentality you did. Niduses are great. So people at your level are just, okay, every Zerg is going to Nidus at some point. So they just prepare for it.
So, I mean, it got knocked down from 5 to 3 armor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a pretty significant nerf. It's a 60% nerf on the armor, right?
Mm-hmm. Something like that. Yeah.
Wait.
40.
30%. 40. Somewhere maths. Maths is not my thing. So yeah, I got knocked down. It's easier to kill now. But I mean, it's not man, I don't know. They just had the right amount of units at every single place that I tried to Nidus, which I kind of feel like is a skill, right?
Yeah. It could be.
I mean, it's not it's almost up and here comes the army. It's I I throw it down, and then 1 second later, there's a Hellbat and like 2 Marines attacking it. It's like, holy crap. Guys, this is so impressive.
Maybe it's not impressive that they're got units in just the right places. Maybe it's impressive how poor your Nidus placement is. Like,
I'm looking for places where I don't see supply depots, I don't see Marines, I don't see pylons. Like, I'm finding what should be open spots. But no, apparently just on the other side of my Overlord's vision, there are stalkers right there, man.
apparently.
I need to do a better job scouting further into the main, apparently.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm throwing down Baneling busts, and it's just like, nope, scouted it perfectly, responded to it perfectly, die in a fire. And it's like, oh, all right. I'm going to go for like a quick 3 roach rush like Railgun does. I followed his build. Nope. Terran scouted it, had a tank out. It was like, what the crap? Who are these people? I don't know. It's not even 2. I'm not playing like masters here.
Yeah, you're at a point where I think people should be able to
Think this is
respond.
expected?
Like, no, I think people should be able to respond properly. Like, if they see that you've got Banelings morphing, and they go, okay, we're gonna shore up the wall and add some tanks on. I don't know. I feel like.
Well, no. This is not. I see the Banelings morphing. I'm gonna make a tank. He had the tank.
Right,
Like-
right. A tank is just good no matter what Zerg does, unless they go for like fast meters, like 2 base meter. Right, in which case Marines are pretty much the answer there, or Thor. Right, but a tank is great
just-
against Banelings and Roaches. There's no reason not to get one.
Sure, but at what time, right? If you go for 1 Rax expand, your tank is going to be a little bit later. But if you prepare properly, you get the factory before you expand. You have a tank earlier, and that's what this was. This was not. I went 1 Rax expand. I had a tank at the regular time, and haha, I was fine. This was. I knew what was coming. I prepared perfectly, adjusted my build, and bam. That is what I'm impressed by here.
Maybe you played 11 map hackers in a row.
No. If I go back and watch the replays, they scouted. They did. They'd scan perfectly, or they'd get the Reaper in and see like, this hatchery is 37 seconds late. I know what this is and prepare. It's like, holy crap. The reading here is so impressive. And I mean, again, it's not that I think people at this level are incapable of it, but I'm just saying, in the past, at this level of StarCraft, the Baneling busts have been fine. Sometimes there have been people who are just like unaware of what's going on. They don't scout properly. They miss something and bam, they're dead.
Right.
But my golly, 0 times today did any of this stuff work.
Not today.
Not today. And my last game was just this like, no, my second to last game was just this like 22-minute versus mech game where I fended off a ton of Hellions, didn't take too much damage. I fended off a bunch of Cloak Banshees, didn't take too much damage. And then by that time, the Terran player was on like 6 bases and had a maxed out army. And I was like,
That's unfortunate.
He had like a 250 APM. And I was like, so what league are you in? And he's like, well, I'm a master level Protoss. And I'm like, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good game. Bye. Yeah. It's like those Archon games that we've had against Terran mechs who are just like, somehow they have 6 bases and a maxed out army at 10 minutes. And it's like, how's that? I thought mech was slow. No, not at all.
Apparently not. Not anymore.
Apparently not. And then the final game, which I think I might actually cast, was a really great back and forth ZVP on year 0.
Okay.
It was good. He attacked. I defeated his army. I counterattacked. He pushed me back. He wiped out my 4th. I wiped out his 4th. I teched to Mutalisk, did some damage. He got into Phoenix. Like, it was good. It was a great game, but I lost that one too. So, I mean, at least I felt kind of good about that one. I didn't just get ruffle stomped, you know?
Yeah.
But in the end, lost regardless.
Yep.
Yep, so that was my day.
Okay.
How was your day?
So we were having an air conditioner guy come around to fix my aircon in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Dark 30 in the morning.
He's supposed to be here anytime between 10 and 12 in the morning. He turned up at 7:45. Yeah.
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 Not cool.
Which, I mean, I was kind of planning on taking a nap, but I was like, "There's no way I'm getting back up at 10 if I go for a nap at like 7:30."
No, definitely
Yeah.
not.
So, fortunately, he turned up, got his stuff done and left. So, that was nice.
How fast did it get done?
Took him about an hour.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
He didn't just like replace the whole thing.
No. To be fair, I wasn't watching what he was doing. He could have been robbing the garage for all I know.
It's a good point.
Yeah, it's so great that gets done now that we're moving into autumn and spring and winter and not summer, and I don't need it. So.
You could have some warmer days. You don't know. It could get up to 40 degrees Celsius once.
No, not in April.
No, not possible at this
Not
point.
in April. I don't think so. Look, I'm gonna look up weather temps.
What's like the record high for April?
Yeah.
I bet you could find that.
That's what I'm looking for. There's been enough rain. Excuse me. To have mushrooms grow in my front yard.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it can rain and be super hot. Like I've experienced this before.
yeah.
It's not an either-or scenario.
Yeah. I wanted to point that out.
Ah.
Average is 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Why does it show me it in Fahrenheit?
Fahrenheit. What site are you on?
Google.
Oh yeah.
21 degrees Celsius.
Are you using a VPN or something?
No.
Jeez.
It's pulling up. It's one of those times where it'll pull up a table from a website and just display it on the search results. And so, yeah,
So it's just for some reason.
in Fahrenheit.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know.
Australia has been breaking heat records for us April in last year, according to Mashable.com.
Mashable.
April 9th was the hottest April day on record in Australia. Average was 34 degrees Celsius last year in April.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's April 9th today.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, 20.
Right. I'm just saying my entire point is that it's very possible we could get to super hot temperatures and you could appreciate the air conditioning. That's all.
I'm like...
Because very much last year, it was crazy hot in April.
Nah. Global temperatures are cooling, right? This is a known scientific alternative fact, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So there's no way I'm going to need that air conditioning for the rest of April. In fact, I'm willing to put money down that says I won't need it.
No, because at this point, you will just refuse to use it even if you do need it, just to win the
Well,
bet.
here's the thing. I have a housemate in this room, right? He will use it. And
Oh, because he doesn't know about the bet, and he will ruin you.
yeah, and I don't know, maybe he'd do it despite me. But that's how confident I am.
Unless he doesn't know.
Yeah, unless he doesn't know.
Which I don't know how he would know.
I mean, I can't keep the podcast from him. He knows they go out every week.
True, but there's no way he listens to this one, right? Statistically,
I mean,
odds are bad.
statistically, he doesn't listen to any of them.
There you go. But check this out. Last year, April 9th, New South Wales, 40.5 degrees Celsius.
Is it not really? It's not really
Alright.
air conditioning temperatures yet, though. It's like 102 Fahrenheit.
Yeah. I mean, it's a dry heat. You don't really need the air conditioning.
I mean, yeah. See your point. I see
brutal.
your point.
Okay, good. All right, moving on. I'm glad you got your air conditioning fixed, though, if just for next year at the very least. Actually, aren't you planning on moving-ish? Soon-ish?
I don't know. Maybe.
Relatively?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe?
Maybe. Probably not.
All right.
Although it does also do heat, so winter's coming, but that wasn't broken, I don't think. So
I mean, as far as you know, if you had to use it, what if it is broken?
that's a good point.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You should turn it on right now.
No, are you kidding? Then it'll get hot and I'll have to turn on the air conditioner and I'll immediately lose the bet.
Just for a second, just to see if it works. Don't you want to know now rather than later?
No.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Just no, I'm good.
Turning on the heater for the first time in the season reminds me of an apartment that I had in Idaho one year where it was it was central heating. It just had like heating coils that it blew air over, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the first time we turned that on, every fall, it just had this specific smell of like burning dust and like lint and stuff that had caught onto the coils and not been used for several months, and then just kind of like roasting and blowing through the entire apartment. Ah, nostalgia. Good time smelling burning lint. Disgusting. Disgusting. So I heard another new news that you have a new phone, which was referred to on the podcast last week.
Yeah, because I opened the package
On the
on
pod.
the podcast 'cause I was so impatient.
And I was
couldn't
like,
wait.
"Are you dropping boxes on your desk?" No, you were unboxing an S10.
Yeah, and now I have it in my hands.
So you've had it for a week now, officially.
Exactly a week.
Yep, exactly a week. So I feel like there's enough time to get some experience with it.
And I'm enjoying it. There's some things that are like, I'm not sure why they did it, but it's like the front facing like selfie cameras are in the screen. So the screen edges go up and around the two cameras at the front, right?
Oh, yeah. I've seen that before. I've seen pictures of it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
What do they call it? The notch. They call it the notch.
The notch.
Yeah, it's a notch taken out of your screen used for other stuff, like cameras.
Okay. But it just seems really strange because the screen goes around it, but the amount of screen between like the top of the phone and where the cameras are is so small, nothing could be displayed there with any usefulness.
Okay.
So it's like, well, why not just move the camera up slightly and have it go to like the edge of the screen and then make the screen just, I don't know, like rectangle.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's a fair question.
Yeah. It's just strange. But what it also does is when I play a YouTube video in landscape, right?
Yep, it takes out a chunk.
Well, no. It puts black bars in the side of the screen so it doesn't overlap with where the cameras are. But I can pinch and zoom the video in so that it uses the full screen. But then it's literally a punched-in shot of whatever it is I'm watching with a black, like, rectangle in the left-hand corner where the cameras are.
Yep.
It's really
I
strange.
think I've seen this too. Very strange.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Because, my phone, the Pixel 3, it's just like, all right, so the cameras are on the top edge, and the screen goes just to below the cameras, and we're good. The end. That's it.
Fair enough.
No notch, no weird gap. Nothing happens when I watch full screen YouTube. It just looks like a rectangle.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So there's that. How is the performance and overall responsiveness and things?
It's good. I haven't had any lagging or failure to load apps or them crashing. Everything's pretty quick.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was that a problem on your old phone? Did you have stuff crashing?
Yeah, it happened occasionally when I was playing games and stuff.
Oh, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
What games?
No,
Like big demanding ones?
it was actually a puzzle game called Flow Free where it gives you a 5x5 grid and then it'll have sets of colored dots and you have to draw a line to connect the dots, but they can't share a grid space with any other colored lines.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So not like running Fortnite on your phone or anything.
God, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the game's not super intensive, or at least it shouldn't be, because
Right. Sometimes it would just croak on you.
Sometimes it'd just be like, bleh. Yeah.
Screw you and your game.
But speaking of games,
Yes.
okay. So my brother and I went out for brunch the other day, which was quite nice. We went to this place called Jazz My Waffles.
That is quite a name.
They're actually a New Zealand chain, I think, because they were repping the Silver Fern and said, "Hey, we're a New Zealand company." Anyway, we got just classic breakfast. So it's bacon, eggs, beans, sausages, and egg toast.
So English breakfast.
We would just call it a big breakfast.
All right.
There's nothing English about it.
Sure there is. We don't do beans for breakfast in America. When you say big breakfast and say beans, I don't think, oh yes, like the big breakfast I had the other day with beans. Nope.
Okay, fine.
Everything else, yes. I'm just telling you, it's not like a universal breakfast thing. It's an English
Well,
thing that
I
got
didn't say
transported down
it was
your way.
universal. I just said it to us. It's not English.
But it is.
No,
I mean, not only English, but that's where it came from. They had it before you did.
you're right. The English were the first people to have breakfasts. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Anyway,
Everyone else just skipped it.
Anyway, before we leave, my brother was like, he's so hungry, and he went up and ordered something, and it's a waffle in the shape of like a corn dog or a hot dog. I don't know what you would explain it. Filled with bacon and cheese on a stick, right?
Oh my gosh. Like melty cheese?
Yeah.
What kind of cheese?
I don't know. I didn't see him put what they put in. It was just hot melted stringy cheese, not mozzarella, but could have been a mix.
Cheddar?
No, I don't think it was cheddar.
Oh.
It could have been like a blend, probably a blend.
Okay.
Yeah,
That sounds amazing, though. Did he like it a lot? I bet he did.
he did. I enjoyed mine. It was quite nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they call it?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Do they have a website? Because I can probably pull it.
It honestly kind of sounds like a crepe.
Nah. Well, this crepes aren't on
Just in-
crepes aren't on sticks.
True. Not on sticks. But I just mean as far as the bready substance that you roll up and fill with meat and cheese and stuff.
Bready.
You can do that with crepes. You don't have to, but you can.
You say so.
You've never seen this?
I'm not sure. I pulled up their menu, and it's just like a picture of their coffee board that's like, we do cappuccinos for $4. It's not what I was looking for, but thanks. Let's see. They might just call them Jazz My Waffles to go.
That is one heck of a name.
Yeah.
So it was waffle with bacon and cheese inside. Go Google. Cheese and bacon filled waffles recipe on Pillsbury.com. These guys call it the Gunny Sack. Nope, just kidding. That's the name of the website. That'll be a good name for it, though. I don't think anybody has a name for it. So everyone just calls it bacon, egg, and cheese stuffed waffles. Like, literally, everyone just uses that exact phrase.
I'll have to. Oh god, one of the images for their menu is blurry. Like, that can't read it.
Like, need more JPEG?
Yeah, apparently. What I'll have to do is go back
here's a
and take a
stick.
photo of it.
Yes. And find out what it's called.
I'll message my brother and be like, oh, he's probably at work at the moment. Yeah, 1:30 on a Tuesday. He's probably in class.
He never checks his phone in class. He's more studious than I was.
You were a teacher?
Oh. That's better. I don't know. My teachers always check their texts in the middle of class. I don't know what your brother's problem is.
Yeah. I mean, he'll probably see it because he has a smartwatch that'll show him, but he won't stop to reply.
Probably not
Anyway,
gonna do that.
while we were having lunch, he introduced me to this game called Alchemy 2, where you take...
Right.
I explained it to you while we were streaming the other day.
Yeah.
So you start off with like air, wind, water, and fire, and you can combine them to make things, and then you keep making things. And there are 720 things to make in total. I've had the game for 2 days, and I've made 337 things.
Wow. That's a lot of work there. I mean, fun. A lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
Cool. Cool.
So that's what I've been playing.
What are some of the more interesting discoveries you have made?
Atomic bombs.
What?
Yeah. So let's have a look.
This teaches people how to make nukes?
Well, no.
That's not very
Okay,
good.
so I combined energy and explosion, and I got an atomic bomb. I also combined explosion and big to make atomic bomb, and I have one undiscovered combination left that will still make atomic bombs.
You have a big?
Yeah. Okay. So it's
That's funny.
The application.
Your element big.
It's the application of big. All right. So if you take hill and make it big, you get mountain. I also have small, idea, philosophy, time. What else? What else is under?
So a lot of concepts is what you're saying.
Yeah, there's concepts.
Yeah. All right.
If I go basic, it should show it to me. Container, motion, science. Yeah. You can apply science. What else do I have? I have vampire, camel.
What is this friggin' Scribblenauts? What is going on?
I have hackers.
Horseshoe.
Yeah, I have horseshoe.
Oh my gosh, I was making that up.
I had, where did horseshoe go? I saw it a second ago. I'll tell you. I have Force Knight, which is basically just a Jedi.
This is a very, very whimsical game. It sounds like.
It's pretty fun.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, horseshoe. I got it by combining metal with horse.
I think I can figure out this game. Were you expecting horseshoe? What were you expecting there? Or you're just like throwing stuff together, not thinking about it.
I was half expecting horseshoe, half expecting motorcycle.
Motorcycle for like horsepower.
Yeah, well, on a steel horse I ride.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Turns out to get motorcycle, you need bicycle plus machine.
So you can do 3 ingredients?
No, I don't think so. If you can, it's not letting me. So, and I've not found anything. So.
All right, cool.
No.
This is just called Alchemy 2?
Yes.
All right.
Well, sometimes it loads up and it's like it says it's a little Alchemy 2, but I just
I searched Alchemy 2 and it brings up Little Alchemy 2. So
yeah, the thumbnail is like a little orange beaker.
Yep, that's what I'm looking at.
Cool.
So is it definitely for Android then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
no idea.
There's
No
like,
idea if it's
you can
iPhone.
play it at littlealchemy2.com too.
Oh, that's nice.
Plays in the web browser as I click.
You can make an account and have like saves across saves.
Like cloud saves. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is on the Apple App Store too. So if you're looking for it for your iPhone, it's available as well. It has a 5-star rating, 4.8 out of 3,000 reviews.
It's not bad.
So Omicron would not recommend bad games, everyone, but just in case you were curious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, your phone can handle Little Alchemy 2. That's fantastic.
Yes, it can.
Does it handle like Wi-Fi or mobile internet better? Is it faster than your other one?
Well, I think my connections are always going to be limited not by the hardware I have, but by my connection. So,
yeah, that's fair. So it's not really a test that makes any sense for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just noticed, without changing my mobile plan at all, I went from like 40 megabits down. Big M, little
Little
V.
B, megabits.
Megabits down to like 80 down with my new phone. Like nothing else had changed. Just new phone. Just different hardware. No big
Just
deal.
new phone and a gigabit connection.
Well, no. This is mobile. This isn't Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
This is completely off my home network. Yeah.
I think I am now able to get the 5G connection or whatever when it rolls out. I don't think my old phone was capable of it, and this one is maybe. I'm not sure.
It's the flagship for Samsung. It better be. Is the S10 not the latest one of the S line?
It is. It came out like a month ago.
Yeah. Okay. So I would be shocked if they were like, the S10 cannot handle 5G. Sorry, wait for the next one.
Yeah,
right? That makes no sense.
That does make no sense, yeah.
All right, cool.
I was just looking at the settings, and this has a digital well-being setting.
All right.
So you can set up timers that limit usage, and it'll show you how much time you've spent doing what today. I've been on my phone 3 hours, 24 minutes today. About 60% of that has been Alchemy.
Dang. It even shows you usage, too. That's cool.
Yeah, the next biggest is Twitter, and then Instagram makes up the next biggest, but that's like 5%, and then other.
Yeah. That's a lot of Alchemy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Can't think of the last mobile game that I played that much.
No, well, you know.
Maybe.
Do you play Hearthstone?
Like on my lunch break sometimes. Yeah, for a couple of games. Nothing crazy though.
Yeah. No.
It'd be Reddit for me. Like I'm on Reddit all the time on my phone.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I actually did install Reddit. I didn't have it on my old phone, but I have it now.
Which app did you get?
Just Reddit.
Try the Reddit is Fun app. I think that one is better, personally. That's what I've been using for a while.
Okay. Truthfully, I just got it so I could use the messages, because I'm in talks with my artist.
For Reddit messages?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Reddit is Fun does that too.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about Reddit is Fun is it doesn't push notify you of like trending posts that you don't care about.
Yeah, this did that, and then I just went
Yeah.
into the settings and disabled it.
You murdered it. Good job. Well played.
Yeah. I didn't go out and find a whole new app.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It seems like a pretty cardinal sin there to be like, here's a push notification. I didn't ask you if you wanted it at all. Enjoy.
Yeah, but the ability to turn it off makes it fine, because I no longer get them.
You're a very forgiving person, Samacron.
No. If I hadn't been able to turn it off, and then I absolutely wouldn't have forgiven it.
Yeah. But you could, so you forgave it.
Sure.
That's what forgiveness is.
Well,
Right?
no.
I mean, it's a good point. So, like, if you're in a fight with somebody and they make it right, you can forgive them. You can still forgive them if they don't do anything to make it better. Technically. But I still... yeah?
I kind of agree, I guess. I need another example.
Of how forgiveness works? I'm just saying those are the two ways it can work, right? One, the person who wronged you or the thing that wronged you improves or makes it better in some way versus it doesn't, right?
Well,
So
it could make it worse, and then you could still forgive them.
you sure could. You'd be an extremely good person at that point. Probably like sainthood on your way.
I don't think forgiving people is just a saint thing, right? I think that's a crazy person thing. Someone pushes in front of
Well,
you
no.
at the line for the movies or whatever. You don't just forgive them and that makes you a saint.
Sure, but I'm talking about literal sainthood from the Catholic Church, wherein Jesus forgave those who crucified him. It is a saintly attribute.
Yeah, that didn't
But
happen.
if you're just talking right, but if you're just talking about saint, like you're a good person, I'm with you on that. Yeah,
Right. Yeah, I just say I just mean like compulsive forgivingness is not a quality in my mind. Right? Like the inability
well-
to hold someone to something is a much better attribute in my mind than just willy-nilly forgiving everyone for everything.
yeah. At some point, you become a doormat, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just saying, if the Reddit app had not had a way to turn off push notifications, and you were still like, "That's cool, I'll just live with it," that would be amazing.
I mean, I probably would have searched for another solution, like in the app. All right, like unsubscribing from all the subreddits.
Right? That would be one way to do it, I guess. I don't know. I still feel like it would send you posts like you'd probably like this here.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have done that because that would impact my Reddit using on the PC, where I do
Right.
want to browse my Reddits, subreddits.
Yeah, you'd have to use a different account, which would be really annoying.
Yeah, which would defeat the purpose if I wanted the messages. So.
Right. Yep. I mean, I have two accounts because I have my Falcon Paladin account. I never remember to log into that one. And sometimes it's like, you got a message from somebody 8 days ago. And I'm like, ugh. Sorry, man. I'll go back to you, I promise.
Well, yeah.
Oh, boy. Are you looking for me?
I mean, yeah, it's not that hard.
Yeah. No, it's not.
The last
I made
post
it
2
easy.
months ago.
Yep.
To r/Brood War. Last comment was also 2 months ago.
Yep. I've not done anything with it for a while.
New.
Probably should. I mean, the rules... Okay, each subreddit does their rules differently, but people are generally cool with you promoting your own stuff like once a month. I should do that at least.
Maybe. You use your alt account, they'll never know it's you.
Eventually, they'd figure it out. They're like, this other dude always posts Falcon videos. What is up with this? And they'd put it together. I'd be screwed. Now let's play the game. What's Falcon's other account?
Here's the
Crap,
thing.
that sounds like you know.
I do know because you've told me it before.
Oh, that's right. We've talked about this before. Yep.
I just don't remember specifically what it was.
Oh, good. Well, that's perfect.
I thought it was the I don't want to butcher the word. It's your paladin's name in Whale. Fanavizana.
I mean, it helps it's in a different language, right?
Yeah.
Helps me anyway. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is that?
I'm not giving you hints. Nope. I'm not outing what my actual Reddit account is. That is not happening.
I'll cut it from the podcast. Just give me
The only hint I'm going to give you is that it's not English. Have fun.
Okay, so it's definitely in Malagasy. Now, how many Malagasy words are there?
It's actually not an extensive dictionary, to be honest.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Does it grow? Like,
No. Because I think I've talked about this before, but anybody who has any education in Madagascar
just learns
gets
English
it in
and
French. Yep.
Yeah.
So, like, you speak Malagasy with your family and friends when you're home with people who are less educated, but there's, like, no evolution of this language that way, at least.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. It is, like, as dead as you can get without being a dead language, I think.
Without being Latin.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of people that speak it, but so many of those people also speak French, and that is so much more useful in on the internet, right? And in professional situations and everything else. Yeah.
25 million native speakers.
Yep. Told you, it's a lot of people, but if you have any kind of an education, you also know French.
Right.
Which, to be honest, is probably not that high of a percentage of the people in Madagascar have a decent education, because it is a poor, poor country.
It's unfortunate.
It is. But anyway, the language is fairly limited. I mean, going from English to this especially is like, holy crap, there's not a word for anything in this language. Like, you know how there are 87 words that also mean good in English?
Sure.
Like synonyms? It is literally one. Maybe I'll give them two. I'll give them 2 words in Malagasy for good.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna see what Google Translate says for good.
Google Translate does have Malagasy.
Yeah. And what do you believe the Malagasy word for good would be?
Tsara. Tsara.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
And the other one would be maybe Mafanarich, which is more of like a amazing cool. It's like a higher level of good, but that's pretty much it.
So it's kind of like excellent.
Yeah.
How did you say
With
that
like
one?
Mafanarich.
No, okay. Because it gave me something different for cool.
Oh, what did it say?
I cannot pronounce it.
Well, spell it for me.
Mangatsiasiaka.
Mangatsika? Okay, that's
Sure.
literally cool. That's cold. That is the temperature. Do you see what I mean?
Yes, I get what you mean.
All right.
It's funny.
Anyway, Reddits. So yeah. So overall, you're pleased with your purchase. You feel like you got your money out of it.
Yeah, I'm pleased to hold on to this for another couple of years.
Excellent. That's really what matters. Are you
Yeah.
going to be comfortable with this until the next cool thing comes out?
Well, I'm in a plan for 2 years now. I've got to keep it.
Right.
Which
Right.
this will be like I think the first time I've upgraded and still had use of my old phone. Right, like normally what happens here is people break their phone and then they upgrade.
Yep.
I'm happy knowing that if I do break this, I can always fall back to what I had because it's not broken.
Right. That is nice.
Yeah, that having to be like, well, got to pay the $1,800 for a new phone.
What? Really?
No, probably like 900.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's more in line of what I like expect to pay here anyway.
Yeah.
But again, things are more expensive down under, so
Let's see. Samsung Galaxy S10, $1,548.
Hmm.
That's with plan. Okay, hold on. 1,189.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Amazon has it at 987. That's $200 less than what that other one
Yeah,
is offering.
that's quite a discount. Not bad. Good job, Amazon.
I think we find out that that's USD.
Yeah, no kidding. It's like, that makes more sense.
Nope. It's AUD and free
Oh, it
delivery.
is. Oh, and well, it better be free. Yeah, that's pretty great. So definitely buy your next phone on Amazon, I guess.
Well, I usually just have mine go with the plan. So
Right.
yeah.
Cool. So speaking of Amazon, have I ever complained on the podcast about how many times Amazon tells me that something is shipped? Let me list the ways. I bought something for my cousin who's getting married, like a wedding gift, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when they ship it, it sends me a text. Cool. It sends me an email. It does a pop-up notification on my desktop. Here.
It's 3.
The Google Assistant says, "Hey, this thing shipped."
That's 4.
And there's one more. What am I forgetting?
Is it at work? Like you get one at work as well on your
Oh no,
PC
the Amazon app on my phone is like, "Hey, this thing shipped."
So you get 5 notifications every time something ships.
5 notifications, and they like stagger, right? It's not like they come in at once.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, "Hey, this shipped," and then 20 minutes later, it's like, "Hey, this shipped," and then 10 minutes later, "Hey, man, this shipped. Just thought you should know." And I'm like, "Oh." In fairness, I sure know that it shipped. I am very aware.
Oh, maybe you missed it. I don't know. Like,
Maybe I've got everything else turned off. I don't have the app installed on my phone. The email I gave them was wrong. I'm blocking their number through text. Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's interesting because that's essentially non-actionable like information anyway. It's like,
Yeah,
okay, it's shipped.
Totally.
What do I just sit here and wait for another 3 days? Okay.
Yeah, it's like I can track it, but literally it's still at the Amazon facility at this point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. And the thing is, like, I guess I could go in and tell Amazon to just like send me one or the other, not email and text. And like maybe I could tell the app to not push notify me. I wonder if I could tell Google to not do that.
Probably could.
I'll try to figure that out later.
Yeah.
Moving on. Yes. What else? Oh, What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes.
So we've both watched the first episode of What We Do in the Shadows,
Indeed, we have.
and I love it. I am curious to know your thoughts.
I enjoyed it.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Good.
It wasn't like outrageously funny.
Right.
I'm not a big fan of those like faux documentary kind of The Office
Yeah. They're called mockumentaries.
mockumentaries or whatever. I don't care.
Just, I don't know what you might want to know.
Yeah. So it's fine. Like, I'm glad that they didn't mention it until like the old guy got out of the coffin.
Yeah, the Baron. I was surprised they referenced it at all, because usually they ignore it for a long time if they ever acknowledge that there are cameras there, right?
Yeah.
Even
But
though clear that there are, because people are giving interviews directly to the cameras, so like we know what's going on.
right.
But outside of those, they very rarely are like, "Hey, who's that guy with the camera?" You know?
Yeah, because that's the thing that I always think about in documentaries is like how much footage is there of just people being like, "Why are there cameras here?" And the fact that it never makes it into a mockumentary. Or
okay. So you appreciated that it did make it in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's
right,
fair.
right. It's like I expected the main characters to like, okay, they're doing interviews. They know why it's there, and then you have a guy who sleeps in a coffin, and he wakes up because he's been on like the road for like 6 months or whatever, coming from the old world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So.
Yep. I love that he was cool with it. He's initially like, "What is this?" And they're like, "Oh no, it's just they're filming a documentary about us vampires in the New World." And he's like, oh, that's cool, I guess. Sweet. It just like moves on like nothing is actually happening.
Yeah.
It made me laugh.
It's great.
Like
to
half
see.
of me like partially expected him to attack the camera crew.
I mean, yeah, but I guess he wasn't hungry.
Yeah. Well, no, because he ate that lady.
Mm-hmm. Although, okay, that is something it's very nitpicky, but it's like,
Okay.
if you have that much blood spray, the vampire's not drinking much. Right?
It's just for show.
Yeah.
just-
but
Yeah.
you could just,
You got to make a good impression.
you could rip her throat out then, instead. Right? You don't need to, like, bite onto her and hold your face there for, like, 4 seconds. Right?
And all his blood is coming out. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Kind of
you
like
just-
you're on a drinking fountain and like most of the water is just like spraying past your cheeks and like onto the floor.
yeah. It's
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Entirely fair.
I feel like if you're gonna do a mockumentary, you still need to be somewhat accurate in your portrayal of how things should be. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's like if you were doing a mockumentary on werewolves, but they didn't transform into people, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be an issue.
it would be. They actually have werewolves in the movie, and they do turn into wolves and people and stuff.
No, that's good.
Yeah. So anyway, I love Guillermo. Like he made me laugh probably more than anybody else. At the very end, where he thinks he's going to be made a vampire after 10 years of service, and his master's like, "I made a glitter painting of us," and then he goes over and he opens the curtain so sunlight falls on his master's closed coffin as this incredible passive aggressive maneuver. Oh my gosh, I laughed.
Yeah,
That was so great.
I like that.
He's got this little pouty look on his face.
I really enjoyed the energy vampire.
Yeah, he's great. He's Colin. Yeah.
Colin. He just talks to the people.
Guillermo gets the virgins to come to the house, and then Colin just like talks them to death before the vampires can eat them, and they're like, they're ruined now. Yeah, Colin's incredible. I also love that they planned on doing this like big welcome for the Baron in a room in the basement that nobody knows, and it's great. And that's where Colin's bedroom is. Nobody even knows where he sleeps or anything. And then they're mad at him for being in there. Like, what was he doing in there? Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, good bit.
And I love Matt Berry so much. Have you seen the IT Crowd? I forget.
I've seen the IT Crowd. Matt Berry's
Yeah,
the guy
so-
that plays like the boss.
Yep.
Yeah, that guy's fantastic in this.
He's so good in this. He's so great. Like when both he and Nadja,
Sure.
Nadja, his lover, they both like recount incredible sexual romances they've had with his Baron in the past. And then he shows up and he doesn't have genitals, and Matt Berry's character's like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "How did this work exactly?" And then she's just like, "Oh, it makes it better." Like, what the crap is going on? I don't know how vampires have sex. This is a great question.
I mean, they don't really have a need for it, so.
Yeah. I mean, as far as procreation goes, no, but I don't know. Vampire mythology, I don't care that much. It's just funny.
That's just fun.
So it's good.
Yep.
Excellent. I will watch episode 2 at some point, I guess.
I will when it comes out.
All right. Good. So What We Do in the Shadows on FX in the United States. Where can you access it in Australia?
I just bought this season through the Microsoft Store.
Oh, the Microsoft Store has it. Excellent.
Yeah.
What do they charge for this season?
It was like $30.
$30. How many episodes are?
I don't know because it only says there's one available.
So it says 6 here on Wikipedia. So that's like $5 an episode.
How about that?
Is it $5 good? That's like a movie ticket.
No, it's not. A movie's like $17
Well,
here, and then another $17 for popcorn and drink.
$17.
We've gone through this before. Movie tickets are expensive here. I think I paid 22 for my Avengers Endgame ticket.
Holy crap! I'm gonna go to.
I only paid $27.99 for What We Do in the Shadows. So.
Oh, right.
I was off by $2.
You were. Oh my gosh! Shazam, 2:45 in the afternoon. $17, or because it's Cinebuzz Tuesday here at the event cinemas, it's only $15. What? How do they get away with this stuff, man? Have you guys not revolted? Revolted?
I don't know.
Is that the right word?
Revolt?
Yeah, I think that works.
Yeah. Rebelled?
Yeah. Sure, that too. Hmm?
Yeah. I don't know. We're just kind of used to it, I guess.
I like how it says adult, $17. Child, $17. Pensioner, $17. Senior, $17. Student, $17. It goes all the way down the list. And everybody is $17.
Yep. That is why I don't go to event. Well, it's not why I go to an event. It's just more convenient to go to a Hoyts.
Hoyts. I'll check out Hoyts.
I've got Hoyts loading. Give me a second. Children
All
is
right.
$16. Adults is anywhere between $21 and $21.50.
Okay, but
Seniors is $13. Student and concession is $17.50 to $18. A family, so 3 tickets is $42, and a family of 4 is $52. And Tuesdays, because the movies are cheaper on Tuesdays, they're all $13. So even adults, $13 on Tuesdays.
so currently the Australian dollar is 71 cents to the US dollar.
Yes.
So it's fairly close in conversion rate. So this isn't just like your dollar is different from ours thing. This is like you're getting creamed.
Maybe we're getting a better theater experience than you are, though. Like, is your theaters clean?
Not only is my theater clean, it has recliners in
Yeah.
every single theater.
Same. As a lot of the recliners with giant
Yep.
cup holders and stuff, yeah.
Yep, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, motorized. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I like playing with the 2 buttons going up and down. It's fun.
It's loud though in a quiet theater.
Oh, no, ours aren't loud. We've got silencers on ours.
Oh, well in that case, yep, that's totally worth $22. Well done.
Well, hold on. Hold on. It's $21. Okay, hold on. AUD to USD, right? That's $14.98 for a movie ticket. How much did
That's
you pay
still
for your Avengers?
crazy pants. Let's see. I did it through the Fandango, so let's take a look. And it doesn't tell me what I paid. That's weird.
Doesn't tell you what you paid. Did you pay? Did you get a free ticket? You paid $8.
Billing details. Nope, that didn't work at all. No, here it is. $11 weekend. Okay, 12. 11.53.
12. We'll say 12. So I paid
$12.
$3 more than you.
Yeah, I guess. I've never paid $21 for a movie ticket. Even close to that. Like 12 is as much as it gets.
Right, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of what the extra $3 could go. I mean, we do get like our own personal waiters. Do you think that's it?
You have personal waiters? No, you don't.
Yeah, every seat gets a personal waiter. If you want to go get more popcorn and stuff, they'll just run out and grab it so you don't miss anything.
They do no such thing.
They do.
Tell the truth.
No, I sent my brother.
Ha!
Actually, I've never done that either.
I would pay that much if somebody would go refill my popcorn for me in the middle of the movie. That'd be totally worth it.
I would too, because I would absolutely love to go get more popcorn, but there's like no way I'm missing anything.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be 100% worth it.
Yeah. There are gold class cinemas where you can get like a little button on your chair and you push and a guy will come and just bring you more popcorn every time you push the button.
Holy crap, that sounds so cool. I need to find a theater that does that here.
Gold class tickets are expensive. They're like $50 for a seat.
Oh, rethinking my strategy now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I found a Hoyt's movie ticket for Avengers Infinity War at Bankstown the 23rd of April at 7 p.m. It says it's $10.
Where's this?
I will send you a link.
Please. Yeah, so gold class movie voucher ticket, $42.
Whew. I mean, 40's not 50.
It's $8 less.
Yeah.
All right, so the ticket is $10.
Look at that. And they'll probably like tag on $4 in convenience fees.
Okay, yeah, the booking fee is $1.50.
Okay, so there was one. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, the problem is this is in Bankstown. I don't want to go to Bankstown.
Oh, is it cheaper because it's in Bankstown?
I would assume so.
It's because you're in Sydney. That's our problem. You're in big
not-
city.
Bankstown is
Melbourne.
between me and the city.
Did you say Bankstown is a big city?
No, Bankstown's between me and the city.
Yeah.
Like, Bankstown's closer to Sydney than I am.
Oh, well, what the crap? But it sucks?
It's a rough neighborhood.
Maybe that's why. The property values are low, so they make the movie tickets low.
I mean,
Just,
uh,
why can't
it's
I
been a while that I've
find-
been there. Maybe it's better than I remember because it's right down the street from the Bankstown airport that I didn't know existed.
It could be a crap airport. Those exist.
Yeah, I mean, I think it,
I've
it
been to one.
looks like a tiny airport. Yeah, it just looks like a small. It looks like a rural airport, 20 minutes drive out of the city.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which
So
is sweet.
I switched over to Melbourne Central, and it's still $10. So like, Hoyts is awesome. I can see why you said I'd prefer just to use a Hoyts, man.
Right, but that's. Oh, okay. I think I know where I paid more. The Hoyts at Bankstown doesn't have extreme screens,
Right. Extreme.
and possibly doesn't have the leather chairs as well.
Oh, well, that's not worth it. You got to have the chairs. I will
Oh, yeah.
not watch a movie without the chairs anymore.
Yeah, if you went to a theater and there were no chairs, obviously I would complain.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So I went to Melbourne Central, and there was an extreme screen showing of Avengers Infinity War. The only option, by the way, was extreme screen.
Mm-hmm.
And that was $13. Which, still in line, I think, of my 12, you know?
Oh, okay, no. I was just wondering, is it showing me you in US prices? Like, is it just auto-converting to your region?
That'd be real dumb, because Hoyts doesn't exist in the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. I could go to Melbourne Central to go and see Avengers. The problem is I'd have to go to Melbourne, which is like a 10-hour drive.
Yep, that's a
Right.
problem. Mm-hmm.
Or like an hour plane ride. And that's more expensive than just the extra $10 I paid for my ticket that I already have, down the road.
Oh, yeah. Definitely not worth it if you have to make a drive, for sure.
No.
Anyway. I don't know. Your video games are more expensive. Your movies are more expensive. Your TV shows are more expensive.
That $3 per ticket is getting the film, its own boat to get over here.
See? Okay. Right? This makes sense. If it was literal film they had to transport from wherever to Sydney and then distribute it from there, maybe. I could maybe see it be more expensive. But it's just digital now. It goes over the internets.
I know what we're paying for. We're paying for the privilege to see it a day before you.
Is that what it is?
Maybe.
Hold on. When's your ticket?
24th. This is your 23rd.
Oh man. No, mine's 25th. It opens on the 25th here.
So
That
I'll
is
see
the
it 2 days before you.
That is the like Thursday night of the opening weekend, right? Where they're like, opening weekend is actually Thursday now. Yeah.
Okay.
So hang on. So you're seeing it on the 23rd,
20.
but then there's a
Yeah.
23rd. But then there's
23rd, yes.
another day because you're in Australia. You're like 3 days ahead of me for this.
Something like that. Yeah.
Why do they hate America so much, Somicron? What did we ever do to them?
Maybe they want to like break it to the world slowly that Captain America's gonna die, and they just can't bear to show you first.
Americans would riot and ruin the whole thing.
Maybe. Unlikely. But...
Yeah, no, probably not. We should do a bit of a predictions thingy for the movie at some point. Not today though, because we are over time.
Are we? Okay.
I mean, yeah.
We're not.
Where is my thing? There it is. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Well, no, go ahead. We have time.
No. No. We'll do it next week when we've got like. You know, we can get back to it sooner. Otherwise, we'll forget.
True.
Yeah.
So we'll do a teaser. Name one member of the Avengers you think will be dead and like dead forever, dead after Avengers 2. Never comes back. Don't say Spider-Man.
War Machine.
War Machine. Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be a really low stakes death. Like War Machine's cool, but like nobody really cares about War Machine.
I actually really like War Machine. I think Don Cheadle's a good. He's a fun character. He
doesn't is.
Like. I would go and see a War Machine movie with just him.
So, yeah, I think I would too. But as far as what he's been able to do in the films is like, he got beat by Spider-Man in Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
He threw down some cluster munitions against the Mook enemies in Infinity War and Wakanda.
Mm-hmm.
And that's literally all I can remember him doing. Oh, hang on. Yeah, and he got knocked out of the sky and fell and hit the ground at 1,000 miles an hour and didn't die.
Yeah.
There's that.
Well, I mean, the suit's very protective.
Right. Incredibly protective against inertia, even.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I don't know
how that works. It's magic.
What's the difference between getting like punched in the face and falling on the ground? Like,
well, for one, the amount of force behind a punch is a lot less than the amount of force behind hitting the ground at 1,000 miles an hour.
He wasn't okay. His maximum velocity or whatever it's called, right?
Terminal velocity. Yep, he's heavy.
Thank you.
Yeah,
he's not that heavy. He works out, but he's not like overweight.
He's wearing a freaking War Machine suit.
Yeah, that can easily fly itself, right?
With thrust. It's not through aerodynamic. It doesn't have like wings.
That's not what I'm asking. But
Okay.
it's small and it's got to be light enough. Like it can't be too heavy that it couldn't produce enough thrust to overcome, right? Otherwise, he's basically walking around with a jet, right?
Yeah.
He's not.
Right, but I mean, again,
it's got to be light, so it doesn't have to produce so much thrust. Efficiencies.
Well, sure, but the whole concept, the concept behind Tony Stark's suit is that it has the arc reactor in it that generates ridiculous amounts of energy that we cannot generate from things that small in the real world, and it helps him fly. And so, I actually don't remember. Does War Machine have an arc reactor?
Yeah, that's how he... Okay, he weighs, right?
In his suit?
Yeah, I believe so, because this is the War Machine armor that I found. It's not...
All right.
So, not including the person, apparently, weighs 365 pounds.
That's so much weight. That's a lot.
That's a little more than my motorbike.
Okay, it's a lot. But the other thing we're forgetting about terminal velocity is weight doesn't matter. Everything has the same terminal velocity. Wind resistance and drag play a part. That's why if you drop a feather off of a building, it falls slower than a bowling ball. But if you drop a bowling ball and a golf ball off of a building, they will hit the same top speed before they hit the ground.
Okay.
Terminal velocity. Science.
Right. But I'm just saying, the War Machine armor can probably take that.
I don't buy it. I understand, sure, magic science stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I just didn't like it. I didn't like that it was like, oh crap, we killed Rhodey, and it's like, just kidding, he's fine.
He's not fine. He was paralyzed.
He's fine. I saw Infinity War. He's fine around murdering people like he was before.
He's doing better, but you know.
He is no way like what's the word? Handicapped. He is no way handicapped by this.
You don't think his suit of armor gets like a little handicap sticker and he can park it in disabled base?
I'm just saying, if there was like a little bit where he's all, I'm not capable of what I was before. Oh crap, there were real consequences to Civil War. It'd be great, but no, he's fine and does
they
everything
showed
he needs
him
to
at
do.
the end of Civil War being unable to walk.
Yeah. And then the next time we saw him, he was fine. There was
Years
no...
later.
How long? No, because Spider-Man's still a baby. It's not that far later.
It's like a year and a half later.
Okay, fine. Year and a half later. They didn't show us it. They didn't show the physical therapy. They didn't
That's
show him
'cause there
being like,
wasn't a
I'm
War
never going to
Machine
walk
movie.
again.
It's also heavily implied that he's assisted by the suit, right? That
Yeah.
Tony devised something. Like, he can't walk without it. He is actually... It is a high-tech prosthesis at this point.
Yeah, it is. And it's incredible because he can do everything he was able to do previously, especially murder people. And
I mean, he doesn't murder people. Who was War Machine killed?
I just told you, 1,000,000 mooks at the end of Infinity War.
They're not people.
True.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who has he killed? Iron Man 2 has him, right?
Iron Man 2. He's an Iron Man 2, yeah.
Yeah.
He
Does
doesn't
he kill
murder
anybody in Iron Man 2?
I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. He does murder people in Iron Man 3, right?
I do not remember him being in Iron Man 3. What did he do?
He shot at people with guns and wore the suit as Iron Patriot.
Oh, well, there we go. All right, there's your murders. Yep.
Right. But I feel like you need to rewatch that movie.
I probably do.
Yeah.
What I remember most about 3 is that Tony Stark had all of these suits that totally saved his bacon and they were awesome, and then he blew them up. And I was upset. I was like, come on, man. They just saved your life. What if you need them again? Freaking pepper pots.
Freaking pepper. The thing, I actually rewatched Iron Man 3 like a week ago.
Okay, good. So you know
one of
what
the things
you're talking about.
One of those things I was using to delay watching Love, Death, and Robots.
Of course.
Yeah. At the end, Pepper she's been infected with extremists or whatever, and then, the end fight goes and Tony goes into his like final monologue or whatever, and he's like, I got that extremist thing all fixed up and Pepper's fine, like it didn't matter.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean she doesn't have it.
Oh, interesting.
Right? It's never once said that she no longer can like breathe fire or, regenerate limbs.
Sure, but we haven't seen her do it, and there's been a lot of movies since with Iron Man.
We've only seen Pepper Potts in like 30 seconds of footage in Infinity War.
Is that true? Is she not anywhere else since Iron Man 3? That's amazing.
Yeah, because Tony
Alright.
was in Civil War, but he was like, Pepper and I are on a break. And
Right.
she also doesn't show up in Spider-Man, because she's not Tony Stark. So maybe that'll be her role in Endgame. They'll be like, surprise, Pepper Potts has powers.
That would be incredible and kind of dumb.
Kind of, but
Yeah.
it's not my fault I see things that no one else has.
Fair. So let's see. In Civil War, Vision accidentally hits War Machine with a blast of energy exactly in his arc reactor, which causes the whole suit to lose power. That's what it said here in the Wikipedias.
Because I thought it shot up his back, and that's why he was like disabled, because it hit his spine.
I think he's disabled because he hit the ground at 800 miles an hour. Whatever his terminal velocity is. Here, I'll do this. What is terminal
165
velocity?
kilometers per hour.
It's fast, man. Anyway, all right, cool. War Machine. You think War Machine is toast? All right.
What about you? Who do you think's gonna die?
I'm gonna go with Tony.
Tony?
I'm gonna go Tony Stark. Yep. I think
if you wanna do that, that's fine.
Yep. I just think it's his arc. He starts out as a selfish billionaire playboy, blah blah blah, and he learns how to sacrifice and learns how to be a hero, and then he finally does something incredibly self-sacrificing and heroic, and then he dies.
I
mean,
he's
other
already
than what he's done-
self-sacrificing and heroic stuff. So
Yeah, I know. Other than what he
Uh,
did at the end of the first Avengers movie, for example.
exactly. Just curious, have you seen the Far From Home trailer?
Oh crap! Is he in there?
I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Thank you for letting me take my bet back. Good crap.
No,
That's
I'm kidding.
horrible.
Okay, Iron Man does not show up in the trailer.
Oh, all right.
Neither does Tony. But I think Jon Favreau did, if I remember correctly.
Oh, interesting. So he not dead.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Happy's still there, but I
I
don't see
forgot Happy
Happy
existed.
sticking around. You forgot Happy existed?
I did. Like, he's fine. He's got some funny lines and he does some stuff, but yeah. Okay, that's my pick. Tony Stark. Done.
Tony Stark. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we put anything on this?
Um.
See, what's interesting is your bad luck of betting can't affect this because it's already been shot. The whole thing's already been filmed. It can't change. You can't affect what it is.
I can still be wrong.
Yeah. But I mean, the previous theory was that you betting on Morrow causes him to play poorly. So
What? I swear to God, if I wake up tomorrow and there's like the Entertainment Weekly's like major reshoots for Endgame.
I think you might have to see like a witch or something. Somebody to
No.
cleanse you. I don't know.
I just have to go out
Exorcist.
and find like a tiny island and live in there as a hermit.
So you don't harm anything else.
Yeah,
Or you could just stop making predictions. That might help.
maybe. Maybe.
Amazing. All right, cool. Bet's in. Do we want to put anything on this bet? Singing, perhaps.
No singing,
Okay.
because that's been done.
It has. It's old hat.
Yeah. So you're off for first, and I'll match the ante.
Interesting. Okay. All right. The loser has to do a Fortnite dance and upload it to YouTube. Oh my gosh, this makes me really. I don't like this actually. Can I take it back?
I was gonna say, actually, I think we can't put things on this because it's possible that we both lose.
Well, sure. If we both lose, then nobody has to pay out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think. No, I don't like that.
All right. All right.
I feel like betting on things where one of us wins, one of us loses is like what we should stick to, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're
we could
just
do
both
like
embarrassing
a
ourselves.
we could do like a collaborative thing, right? Where we do a draft of who we think's gonna die. We both pick like 5 or 6 heroes, and then that way one of us is gonna win, right?
I have an idea,
Okay.
but it's not for the podcast. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's wrap this up. Do you need a sports minute?
Nah.
No, nothing happened in sports. So you're just not feeling it.
Nope. If anybody wants to tweet at me or talk to me on Discord about how they missed the sports minute, let me know. Otherwise, I think it's
I
going to
missed
go away.
the sports minute.
You are such a liar. You are a liar today, Salmacron. That is like the 3rd or 4th lie you have told me.
I'm not lying. The sports minute is useful for me. It gives me a good sample of silent sound to match and then remove the background noise out of the show.
That is the smallest silver lining I've ever heard. Like, I sit
thing
here
is-
and say nothing. It's great. I can use it for stuff.
The thing is, I need background noise and the noise that comes through my headphones. You need to be speaking, right? But I need a big sample, and the way a conversation is usually too back and forth, that it's not long enough.
Fine.
No, but if you don't want to do it, that's fine.
I could talk about the playoffs. It's fine.
You sure? Sounds pretty boring. You ready?
Can I talk about One Punch Man?
Sure, do a One Punch Man minute.
Oh, okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, punch.
One Punch Man Season 2 is out as of the release of this podcast. I'm going to see it tomorrow. That is how the Magical Podcast works. I am so very, very excited about it. And I'm probably pretty happy about it, but at this point, I'm just very, very excited. They switched animation studios between Season 1 and Season 2, so I hope that doesn't affect the quality too much. But it's based on the manga, which is ahead of the story at this point. So as long as the writing is still the same, I feel like everything's going to be just fine. And yeah, as I said last week, I don't care if it's just the same thing as Season 1. Saitama encounters a challenge, hopes it's a challenge, it's not a challenge, and he gets depressed and eats ramen in front of the TV and plays video games. And, you know, Geno's trying to figure out the secret of his power, but, you know, Saitama has no idea what it is either. Just all of those comedic stuff and aspects, as long as it has all of those, I will be happy.
Very good.
Done. There. You got your silence. Enjoy.
I did.
Yeah, so excited. Tomorrow.
It's going to be so good.
It's going to be great.
I don't know where it comes out here.
Do you have Hulu? Does Hulu exist
No.
in Australia?
Nope,
Really?
it sure doesn't.
I didn't know that.
All right.
Cool. All right, fantastic. Well, good. That's unless there's anything else, we'll wrap this thing up.
Let's wrap it up.
All right, so that's going to be it from us. Thanks for listening to the Falcon Paladin Hour. Go ahead and subscribe in your podcast app if you haven't already. Check out the merch. Check out the Patreon if you're interested in supporting the weekly podcast. We'd appreciate it and love you very, very much. As always, you can tweet at us with suggestions or come to the Discord server with suggestions too. And until next time, as always, thanks for listening, and you take care of yourself.